And now our final introduction, please welcome James Lupo, who will induct Joy Carol Wykowski.
Thanks very much. I'm really excited to be here today. I want to thank the Ridgewood Foundation, the entire Ridgewood family for this day. I'm really excited because I get the opportunity to shine some light on someone who takes great effort to keep her light hidden under a bushel. 30 years ago, through some quirk of the Ridgewood scheduling process, I found, literally 30 years ago this fall, I found myself in a communication arts and skills seminar as the only sophomore. The rest were juniors. And having just had 1 year of Ridgewood High School after coming from St. Rosalie, where my class was 24 students, I was still a little freaked out about being at Ridgewood. And I remember going to see Mr. Page, my English teacher, before the class started and said, Mr. Page, I'm really concerned about not knowing anyone in this class and haven't had the experience before. And he said, oh, don't worry about it. The class of 81 is a great class, and there's some really fine, wonderful people in this seminar that you're going to be in, but you're really going to love Joy Wykowski. She's great. She's the nicest kid you ever wanted to meet. She's sweet. She's genuine. You're going to love her. You know, that's the person. There are other people that are great, but, you know, I just think the world of Joy, and so really you should get to know her. I think you'll really benefit from that. You'll really like her. So I did. Joy and I have been best friends for 30 years now. So thanks. I know we got rid of the scheduling anomalies. No anomalies, right. But thank you for that. We've remained friends for the last 30 years. Through college, we remained very close. Joy went to Western Illinois University, and this was back when you actually wrote letters to people. And we wrote quite often. And I remember Joy, who decided to be a criminal justice major, writing to me when she was just about ready to graduate, saying how excited she was about the job that she had been offered, working criminal justice issues, and I'm going to forget exactly what the job was. But she was very excited. It was going to require her to stay downstate, which I wasn't happy about, of course. But I figured at least staying in Illinois was a good thing, and I'd get to see her once in a while. That didn't work out because Joy went to visit her sister, who was living in Virginia at the time, in the Washington, D.C. area, and caught what she still refers to as Potomac fever. Joy asked for a graduation present, which was a one-way ticket. I'm going to get choked up. A one-way ticket to Washington, D.C. I thought she was out of her mind. But she got on that plane. She slept on a friend's couch, as I recall correctly, for some time until she found a job. And the first job she found was working, I think the euphemism was in constituent communications for Senator Domenici. She was a receptionist. Working for Senator Domenici, and anyone who knows anything about Joy's politics will understand what strange bedfellows she and Senator, not literally, she and Senator Domenici actually would have been. It was a great experience for her, and it's a testament to Joy's ability, her intelligence, and her passion for public service. The fact that she went from being a constituent representative to being from being a member of, I lose my place when I start looking at notes. If I just stop looking at notes, I'd be okay. She went from Senator Domenici's personal staff on to be an aide to a U.S. Senate Committee on Energy and Natural Resources in Capitol Hill. From there, she went, there was a lot more that goes on. Joy has a tendency to downplay these things in the notes she gives people about her career. She moved back to the Chicago area in 1988. And she worked in local government and has worked in local government ever since. She came back and once again, without a job, went and volunteered for Neil Hartigan's campaign for governor. From there, she went to work on another campaign, which was for Richard Phelan's campaign, successful campaign for Cook County president. After that successful campaign, Joy became the Assistant Secretary to the Cook County Board of Commissioners. She moved on to be a legislative assistant to Cook County Commissioner Pete Silvestri. From there, she moved on to become Deputy Clerk of the Board of Commissioners of Cook County, and now she currently serves as the Chief of Staff of the Chief Executive Officer of the Cook County Health and Hospital System. But that's just a list of jobs. And that's what Joy would tell you if you asked her what she's been doing in government all these years. She won't tell you about all of the 2 o'clock and 3 o'clock mornings she has spent working every campaign locally in the last 20 years. She won't tell you about the work that she did under Commissioner Silvestri to help found the CORE Foundation, which is a public-private cooperative to provide HIV and AIDS care for indigent people. She won't tell you how she worked the political campaign to get the Certificate of Need so that the indigent people of Cook County can have competent, meaningful health care with the new Cook County Hospital. She won't tell you about the campaign she worked when she was in Washington, going as a stringer for the DNC to some god-awful places in Texas, if I recall correctly. She won't tell you about working for 2 Democratic national conventions. She won't tell you about any of these things. But because I've had the opportunity to know her for these past 30 years, I know how dedicated Joy has been in all these endeavors. Why I'm so proud of my friend is that she is personally, deeply, and indefatigably committed to public service. And that's something that is very rare. Public service for Joy is not a career, it's a vocation, and she lives it every single day of her life. But most important, she does it with optimism and idealism. And when you see some of the things that Joy has seen in government, it's very hard sometimes to be optimistic and idealistic. And that smile comes at great strength. That positive attitude comes from great strength and a sense of personal grace that is profound and deeply felt, and it rubs off on everyone who knows her. I am proud to have called Joy Wachowski my best friend for the last 30 years, and I am blessed to be able to call her my wife of the last 20. Joy?